Is Donald Trump a racist?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Until I see something for myself that would paint in my mind or give me the information, the evidence, hey, he's racist, I would say yes. But currently, that man hasn't done anything or said anything that made me look at him and go, oh, he's a racist.
If you ask social media, is he a racist? Is it a little more clean?
Oh, yeah, it's clean cut.
Yeah. What's happening over there?
It has been painted in the media for him, like, because like they take sound bites of him, they take his speeches, and they can turn them into like him targeting one specific type of race in a sense like that. But like him, like unless there's a defining image of him being racist, then he's racist to me.
I'm going to be brutally honest. I work for this man. I work for the Trump Park condominium. I did private security for him. And if you actually work for this man, you will see he has one of the most diverse companies you can work for. I'm talking about from Polish to Dominican to Russian, you name it, they work for him. And he treats them all well. He treated me like a king. Like, I've been around this man, you know, and he's always been good. I've watched him in New York City. Every rapper in New York City has mentioned this man for a reason, because he does do things in the community.
It's funny you say that.
If you pay attention to his presidency, he did do stuff for historical black colleges and inner city, things like that. So like, this is what I tell people, like, get to know the person first. Do your homework, you know?
Several days later.
Last week, before Trump appeared at the NABJ, Joel D., a Harrisburg, Pennsylvania CBS network anchor, went to a central Pennsylvania barbershop seeking some candid conversation. Among the revelations, that some of the black men that he interviewed did not regard Harris as black.
Is Kamala going to make you a little more likely or less likely to vote Democrat?
Well, hold on, wait, first, Ray, hold on, Ray. Is Kamala black, yes or no?
I'm going to let her speak on that. But to me, no.
Oh, is Kamala black, yes or no?
I share that same view.
Wow, is Kamala black, yes or no?
I heard she was. I heard she's half black and half Asian.
When I played that audio on my SiriusXM radio program on Thursday, many callers who self-identified as African American were quick to tell me that those men were the exception, not the rule. Some described them as low information voters, no different than you'd find among whites. Trump is outperforming other Republican presidential candidates for the black vote. Recent polling by the New York Times and Siena shows him capturing 23% of the black vote. Compare that to the last GOP nominee, Mitt Romney, who in 2012 received only 6% of the black vote against Barack Obama.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I gotta tell you guys, this clip that I'm about to show you guys is absolutely amazing. I love this clip, okay? It's one of my favorite clips because as you guys saw at the beginning of this video, Michael Smerconish, the CNN propagandist, was triggered by this interview that CBS did in this black barbershop where you have black people say that, hey, I'm not sure if Kamala is black, or just flat out say that, hey, I don't think that Kamala is black. Now, this was before Trump went to the black journalist conference and told the black propagandist that he doesn't believe that Kamala is black, or he didn't know that Kamala was black until she started to run for president. So again, this was before Trump said that, okay? And again, this triggered that CNN host to the point where he said that some of his listeners on his radio show, when he played that clip, they claimed that, hey, well, these people represent the minority of people in our community and that they are low information voters. However, if you actually watch the whole interview or a significant portion of the interview like I did, you can see that these voters, these black men, are not low information voters.
Financial transactions.
Yo, Ray, you listen, Ray, you from the hood though.
Yep.
So your perspective is did your political perspective shift because you're in a different income bracket than you were when you were a kid? Because a lot of that times that happens. You know what I mean? You start off as a Democrat because you're told as a brown skinned person to be a Democrat. Yeah. But then all of a sudden you start putting money in your pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Walking around with the Yankee fitted. You know what I mean?
I grew up in a liberal city, liberal household. Like that was like I always say we've been indoctrined.
Yeah.
And and that was several generations of my family. And as I went into the military, college, had kids, became a business owner, my viewpoints completely changed. I'm more in the middle now, if anything. And I see things completely different than when I did when I was at 18, 25, 30, 35. I'm 45 now.
Do you think Democrats take your vote for granted?
Yes, they do. I obviously feel that way because I've heard things, seen things, and experienced things through all these political races since I was 18 where they play the brown and black card very heavy all the time. And they try to get things to shift and move with things that are unimportant. You know, like I've seen like when they, you know, all the Democrats had wore all the African wardrobe. It was the incorrect wardrobe. Like, you didn't even ask questions. You didn't.
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
did Pelosi do that too?
Yeah,
I think everybody
Pelosi.
was in
Yeah,
it.
and it's like you didn't even do your homework.
Huh. But on the same respect, do you think Republicans have reached out to try to capture the black vote or the Latino vote at all?
I would say more recently, yes. In the past, no. More recently, yes. I can see that. But in the past, no.
That's your take. What's going on over there when it comes to Democrats maybe taking it off for granted?
Crazy to me that people who have served this country, like me, cannot have a place to stay, cannot get this help, the same kind of resources. It's crazy.
That's where a lot of frustration comes in. That's what I hear most of. I hear a lot of stuff like that as far as benefits being given to an undocumented person over like an American. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I start hearing people be like, okay, hold on, that does bother me.
So not only we have people coming into country and we're taking money and pumping it into people coming into this country, but we're also pumping money into other countries, but we're not taking care of the people here.
What's going on in Ukraine is crazy.
It's crazy.
But they're giving so much money over there, man.
But you don't have money to help anybody out here.
Like billions of dollars. And me and my wife just came back from LA, man, where I'm telling you right now, I've never seen more homeless people in Los Angeles in my life, though. And there's zero money going to them. Well, you know what I mean?
There is, but it's like how to do it and how to do it fairly and all that is vicious.
Yes.
International politics. Like, you're into it. I want to know if you're into it. 18. Are you into international politics? For Ukraine, Gaza?
The moment that like Putin like invades, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because like in my time, we've been close to like what's gonna happen here. Is it gonna escalate? Is it gonna get higher? Like, with North Korea, that was a whole situation that happened. That was a whole thing. But like with Ukraine, it's like we pledge to help them, and sometimes we do, but we also have to think about what's happening here, and also the amount of stuff that we're giving away.
Are you worried about anybody overseas? Do you worried about Russia coming over here? You worried about North Korea doing anything? You worried about any of these countries with the hostilities towards Americans? Are you worried about the shores being invaded by anybody?
Not much, no.
Yeah, so clearly these are not low information voters, okay? You know what a low information voter is? A low information voter is somebody that is voting for somebody simply because they believe that they are a black woman, right? Somebody that votes for somebody strictly based off identity politics, which is a vast majority of people supporting Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris does not have any policy positions, right? There are no policies on her website. And that doesn't mean that these guys are Trump voters, but it just means that at the very least, they're not voting for somebody based off identity politics, okay? Because they believe that the person is black or because they are a woman or whatever. It takes more than that to get their vote. And again, these voters don't even believe that Kamala Harris is black. And this is why I try to tell you guys that this line of attack from Trump is actually genius, because Trump just said out loud what everybody in this country thinks, including black people. So don't listen to the mainstream liberal media trying to fact check Trump on him saying that I didn't know that Kamala Harris was black, right? Which again, is kind of funny how they're trying to fact check Trump saying, well, I didn't know that she was black. Again, it's just hilarious. This is how desperate the media is. But again, they're trying to run this narrative that, no, every black person believes that Kamala Harris is black. And that's a settled question. Trump is just being racist. And it's like, bro, when you actually look into it, there's no proof and evidence that Kamala Harris is even half black, right? I think at best, Kamala Harris is 25% black. Maybe, okay? Maybe. But again, I have no evidence that Kamala is black. Kamala doesn't have any evidence that she's black. And again, this is why a lot of people, again, I think are not going to be turned off by what Trump said. In fact, it actually helps because it shows that Kamala Harris is fake. So without further ado, I want to react to this clip that triggered CNN.
Then let's get into this.
We the people, Joe D.
All right.
We are the
We
people.
got a new candidate, Kamala Harris. Okay. Is Kamala going to make you a little more likely or less likely to vote Democrat?
Well, I guess, hold on, wait, first, Ray, hold on, Ray. Is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I'm going to let her speak on that. But to me, no.
Oh,
I've
is
done-
Kamala black? Yes or no?
I share that same view.
Wow, is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I heard she was. I heard she's half black and half Asian.
It feel like she black when she want to be. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to.
Again, the irony here is that you have people say that these are low information voters when clearly they have more information about Kamala Harris than whoever is accusing them of being low information voters, right? The black people that are saying, oh, these people represent a minority of the community, because it's like, no, if you actually have done your research on Kamala, there's no way you can come to the conclusion that Kamala definitively is black. There's no way you can say that she grew up with the so-called black experience in this country. It's just impossible to say. So again, I think that these guys are actually a lot more informed than the people that are calling them low information voters.
I'll be honest.
I feel that same.
Huh?
Wow.
Yeah. She uses the black card when she have to.
Wow, it's huge. I'm just saying, I've heard this is huge, man.
Okay, so that's interesting. My follow-up question is, does it matter?
At this point, no. I think America's. I tell people this right now. If you really want change in this country, you would not be voting for either of the lesser of two evils. So, like, if we at that point, if we truly at that point as Americans, then we know what we need to do.
But I'm talking about this. We're debating her ethnicity.
Yeah.
Right? And we're hedging, right? Maybe. Does it matter? If
It doesn't matter.
If she came out tomorrow and was like, yo, I'm black.
That don't mean nothing to me. Obama was black.
Right. Does it mean anything to you?
No.
Wow.
Now, hold on. Do you think, though, let's flip it a little bit further. Does a black candidate, maybe, even if it's 10% or 5% or maybe even more, maybe understand your background, your needs better than a candidate who's not?
If they've come from our background.
Well, so let's get away from that. Let's say it is a black candidate.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you vote for someone who's a black candidate over a white candidate if they have the same issues? And they're no different on the issues, but one's black, one's white. Do you favor the black candidate because of like those reasons? Maybe they understand my situation better, understand me better.
Yeah, are you relating to somebody more just based on if they kind of resemble what you look like? Does that inherently make you want to vote for them?
If they come from my same type of background, like
Just like Ray said, like so they really gotta be.
Yeah.
They just can't be black. They
You
gotta
can't just be black.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you have to come from my background.
Wow.
You have to understand what it is to be poor, to fight for everything,
Wow.
to get where, I've been through so much to get where I am today. And if you can't relate to that, why am I going to just give you my vote? Why am I going to support you?
Okay.
I'm
so
with
a white
you,
person,
though, bro.
hold on. So a white person just come through all of that versus a rich black person.
That white person, if he's going through the same thing that I've gone
from
through,
the hood.
he from the hood, he from the trailer parks, he from the bottom, bro, you got my vote because you understand where I come
That's
from.
what I always say. I'm a
I
blue,
try to
blue
tell
collar,
people,
blue
but
collar.
I grew up in New York City. There was no color in the hood.
Right. Right. Where I grew up, we didn't discuss it.
Yeah,
wasn't
it
a
was
thing.
never talked about.
It wasn't a thing. I mean,
Yeah.
and that may be a generational thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Fascinating, right? Very fascinating. So basically what these individuals are saying is that if you're going to play the identity politics game, then you actually have to have somebody that is authentic, that is from the same place that I'm from, if you want me to resonate with them based off identity, which again is a fascinating observation. It really is. I mean, these guys basically said that, yeah, if it's a white guy and I feel like I resonate with them more in regards to where they're from and their upbringing and what they went through, then I'm going to vote for them over a black person, even though they're the same, right? In regards to everything else. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Again, these are black men saying this. Now, again, that doesn't mean that they are voting for Trump. In fact, I want to give you guys a spoiler alert here. None of them are, at least as of right now, going to vote for Trump.
All right. The election's today. You're going in there. What you doing?
I'm not voting for neither, but I wouldn't mind if Trump won, but I'm voting for Kennedy. Like, honestly, yeah.
All right. You went the other direction. I did not give you that. That was very astute of you. If you want to go Green Party, I will allow it. For you, the election is today.
I would have to say nobody.
Wow.
Just because I haven't been paying attention at all this year, honestly. And then I know Biden just dropped, so it's not like I'm just going to go vote for Trump. Maybe if he had something that he would do or...
So it looks like they have time. Okay, I said today's the election. It's actually not. So they have time. You're saying you're up for grabs. You could vote for someone if you were inspired to.
Yeah, if I was inspired to. There you go. There you go.
Okay, we're going to leave you blank on this. We're going to come over to you.
Today.
Neither.
So we have 4 people on the record here, and nobody is voting for Harris or Trump in this group. Wow.
Incredible stuff, man.
Wow.
Do they got time? Do they got time to get you though? It's like 100-some days.
And you said RFK is about to run, or?
I'm gonna write him in. I'm gonna write him in. I wouldn't mind.
On the ballot, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if Trump's president, but I think America needs change, and real change is not one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I low-key think that barber is going to change his mind, right? I mean, he should check out Trump's no tax on tips policy because as a barber, I'm pretty sure a significant portion of his income comes from tips, and that will be a direct benefit to somebody like him and his business. He already said that he worked for Trump before in the past and that Trump's not, racist and all this other stuff. So, I'm trying to figure out exactly what's holding this guy back. I understand that you want real change, but here's the thing. You got to understand where we're at right now, okay? I mean, the choices between Kamala and Trump. Trump, the biggest thing in my opinion, when people talk about, well, what type of tangibles am I going to get for Trump, right? Black folks. It's like, bruh, illegal immigration should be the biggest issue right now for black people, okay? Illegal immigration is the biggest threat to so-called black power, black resources, black empowerment, whatever you want to call it, right? All these pro-black folks. I don't understand how you can be black, right, at this point, knowing what's happening to this country in regards to illegal immigrants, diluting the vote of black people, the resources of black people. If you know this, how in the world can you sign up for somebody who supports open borders? It doesn't make sense. So again, in my opinion, this really should be a slam dunk choice, especially if you are a young black male. Okay, if you are a black male, I don't understand how you could even consider voting for somebody like Kamala Harris. I don't get it. But hey, you still got people out there that are undecided, but at the very least, they're not completely brainwashed and they seem to be thinking for themselves. Who knows? I'm hoping that a lot of these people, when they get in the voter booth, they decide to go with their logic and their reasoning and say, hey, I'm going to, go with Trump, right? I'm hoping that's what happens. But regardless, there was a lot of fascinating insights in this video. It definitely triggered CNN. I think that it kind of challenged a lot of narratives. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.